flights leading to Dubai. You know what that means? It's land of the prosperous, land of building, land of buildings, land of shopping, land of the expensive luxury, land of the exotic, land of the wild, land of the free, land of the peacefulness. You know, land of the energetic, money getting, never stopping. Yeah, the land of I can, now I can't. The land of
That's the city.
freedom.
That's the city.
And the land of if you get too close to a draft, you might get kicked. Hey. All flights leading to Dubai. So I started in Detroit, I was visiting family, and I flew to New York, from New York to Doha. Doha is in the Emirates, and it's about a 45-minute flight away from Dubai. It looks very luxurious in the airport, really nice. I didn't even know it existed, so it's definitely gonna be on my bucket list when I come back. So going through security was pretty cool. It didn't take too long, but if you knew, you do have to go through like some facial recognition. They're taking like shots of your face and stuff like that. And when I went through, I was filming. And I didn't realize that you cannot film in the airport. Lady, she seen me, she like, stop. And I stopped, and she like, what is you doing? And were you recording? I'm like, yeah. She was like, open your phone up and delete. For a split second, I'm thinking like, hell no. Then I remember like, oh no, I'm in Dubai. They do not play that. Any disrespect to the officials, they will send you right back home. So the first stop was a zoo. It was like sunset. It had like this pink, purplish looking sky. So it was pretty cool seeing the giraffes, you know. They got different exotic animals like the tigers. It's kind of weird though, me being in the zoo, because it started feeling like the animals are like held captive and stuff. And I'm really not too fond of that. You know, I went with a party, so, you know, the guy was doing content for us. I was just there to film, but overall, I really kind of get like a little sadness when I see the animals tied up like that, because they don't seem too well. A lot of times, I mean, they definitely seem healthy, but they just seem like, you know, let me go, you know what I'm saying? Let me go into the wild. And that's every zoo. Even when I went to Thailand, that's how I felt. But these giraffes are pretty cool. I was filming, and I got a little too close. Man, this thing almost kicked me, so yeah, you gotta definitely be careful when you're getting close to them giraffes and stuff, because giraffes are kind of like horses, you know what I'm saying? Horses kick people and knock them out and send them to the upper room. So we gotta be careful. But it was a nice experience at the Al Bakwash Zoo. This lion, I didn't realize that lions roar different from tigers. That's really a lion's roar. The one you hear on the movie pictures one, that's not a lion. That's actually a tiger's roar, but with a lion's face. So yeah, you see it. They had these little monkeys, very strong. I don't know exactly what they're called, but they're super strong. They will snatch your phones, run off. So you got to be careful when you like standing too close to them, because they will grab you, your arm. They'll for sure grab your hair. So be very, very careful when you're being around them. But they're cool, you know, it's just, they're very aggressive and strong. Like I say, as you see the lions just laying down, I get they sleepy, but I'd rather see the lions in the wild rather than like at a zoo, in my opinion. That's anywhere, like I said. As I was rolling through the next day, I noticed like it looked a little trenchy. So there's like an industrial area in Dubai where it looks industrial. It's not the, you know, the Dubai that we hear about, but it's still understanding because every city has that part. So I had to go get a drone, although couldn't use a drone when I was there. Now I'm rolling through the city. I'm seeing all the stuff. I started noticing this building called Emaar. Like all the buildings say Emaar. So that's pretty interesting seeing that. So Emaar must be like some rich guy, family, granddaddy. But the freeways look nice. It remind me of the Vegas Strip. That's what it remind me of. It's like Las Vegas mixed with a little bit of Miami. So as I pull up to the Burj Khalifa, went there with the client, stayed in the room. We got they call it the Armani Hotel. Looks really nice. The hallways is very futuristic looking. I didn't get a shot of the inside. It's cool, but you know, we went to the mall. Now there's a big sign in the mall where it says no kissing, no holding hands, no public affection. Don't do none of that. Don't do no cat calling. Can't do no, hey girl, how you doing? What your name is? That is not good. It's not legal there. So be careful when you're in the mall. Go to the mall to go shopping. That's it. No pulling numbers. The mall is pretty big. It's like 5-6 stories high. It's long. It's really like a whole city. They got this large aquarium, which is beautiful. It's definitely something to go to. Definitely somewhere you take the family or a loved one on a date, or if you want to go on an adventure by yourself, you can do that. Like I said, I enjoyed it. It was pretty cool. There's lots of shops. I went in, I was eating Five Guys. Then they have this back area with this water fountain which is very cool. Everything lights up at night. It's a show. Kind of remind you of the Caesars in Las Vegas. So definitely check that out. We end up going to the club. This club was Club Blue. It was a pretty cool club, you know, going in, it was the vibes. This is where all the rappers and entertainers end up performing for a club night. So if you ever go to Dubai, look up the itinerary for Club Blue, because that's the club where you would see your most famous, you know, rappers and all those kind of things, singers performing there live. But I did notice something. So it was something I did notice when I was standing outside in front of the club. I noticed there was just like a lot of women standing around. Kind of like, you know, in Vegas, the clubs are inside of the hotel. So initially I thought they were right on the rise, but they wasn't. So what be going on is like these women will try to talk to you, like a general conversation, like, hey, how you doing? And you be like, oh, I'm doing good. And they might be like, yeah, I'm from here, or I'm from here. And then after that, they'll be like, hey, you want to hang out with us? And we'll hang out with you for the whole night. Now, they don't necessarily say like what they want or how much they want. And that's their game to doing that, because they don't want to say something too low because you might have gave them more. Say, for instance, they might say, hey, it's $500 to hang out with me for the night. Well, you might have really gave them $2,000. You know what I'm saying? So you got to be careful, because the situation happened when a guy knew. He pulled up in a Rolls Royce truck. He got his jewelry on, $100,000 watch, $100,000 chain, big old, like, you know what I'm saying, emblem. And it's like, chick seen him, he walking in, she rolled with him inside the club, they're having drinks, having a good time. And then from there, it was like, went back to the room to go do grown folks stuff. And when that happened, you know, he just thinking like, yo, I just pulled me a baddie out the club. You know, we doing grown folks stuff all night, and that's it. As he wake up, he like, hey, sweetheart, I'm about to get myself together. I'm gonna give you a call later on. Maybe we can hang out, you know, tonight and do this again. And then she looked like, what? Like, so you're not gonna give me any money, like for my time or anything? He was like, hey, I didn't know it was that type of game with you, but I don't pay chicks to do nothing. So like, you can go on somewhere with that. And then she was like, if you don't give me any money, then I'm going to say you did that. And he just like thinking to himself, he called his homeboy up and he was like, yo, man, this how they rocking out here in Dubai. Like these chicks is wanting money, and you know, like she didn't even say that at first. And dude was like, hey, just give her that bread, call it an L, move on with your freedom, because you can't get in trouble. So be careful with that. Like if chicks approach you, ask them like, hey, you trying to, you know what I'm saying, approach me for some money or anything? Because you got to get that out the question. Get that out the way. You got to get that out the way in the beginning, because if you don't, what's going to happen is a situation like that. You know, I've been to Colombia, I've been to DR. Like, women out there, of course, are working, but they don't walk up to you and say, hey, you want to hang with me? They don't say stuff like that. They might walk past you. They might circle around and stuff like that. They might stare at you, but they're not going to approach you. And that's the difference I noticed in Dubai, is that those women actually are approaching you. Not all of them, and not the local women from Dubai, of course not, but the tourist people that come. They'll approach you, and it's like that's their way of making money, because of course you see on social media people say, oh, if a chick goes to Dubai, some rich man paid her $30,000 and stuff like that, which isn't always true. So be careful when you're out there. Chick walk up to you, approaching you, talking to you and stuff like that, especially in a club. Be upfront with them and ask them. It might offend her if she's not doing that, but you gotta ask for your safety, because Dubai laws do not play. So back to the club. It's another club called One Oak. They got a One Oak in Vegas, a One Oak in New York, a One Oak in LA. So it's a, you know, it's a cool club. Nice light. It wasn't nothing too crazy that I ain't seen before, but it was nice vibes. So we went to the gym. The gym is the biggest networking place in Dubai. The biggest. There's no place more networking than Dubai gyms, because you got all the rich, fabulous life of, you know what I'm saying? Like those people are there. You know, I got a shot of myself when I'm in there, you know. So they have a barbershop in the gym. They got food in the gym. You can buy food, because of course, food is the most important thing to working out. Whether you gain or lose, you still need to eat. So they got a upstairs and they have a downstairs. It's a real big gym. I feel like it got 3 parts. So we got 2 sides downstairs, and then for the upstairs, they have like the Stairmasters and the restaurants and stuff like that. So it's a good gym. It's very clean. The environment is pleasant. As you see, even I had to get it in. Had to go work out one time for your mind. So that was pretty cool. I'm definitely, you know, on my path of working out more. Next door to the gym is this dealership. Well, not a dealership, but it's like a car repair shop slash like custom like Pimp My Ride. So what they doing with these cars is, I'm gonna put y'all on. What's going on with these cars, you can buy you a 2018 G-Wagon, 2018 Rolls-Royce truck, and you can put this kit on there called the Mansory kit, which makes it look like a 2025. So you basically can take a Lamborghini Urus also. You could take a Lamborghini Urus for 2016, put the Mansory kit on there for like $20,000, and now your car that's a 2016 look like a 2025. Can't tell the difference. So that's the finesse that they're doing in Dubai that y'all don't know about. So I'm late night riding. You know, that's pretty much the end of this video. Part 2 is coming soon. I like riding around any city at night because that's when you get to really just see it like at its most calm. During the daytime, Dubai is pretty busy. At night, like around 9 to 10, it's busy as well. But I like riding around. You know, the Ubers are very, very inexpensive, very reasonable prices. So part 2 is coming next. I'm gonna show y'all the museums. I'm gonna show y'all the yachts, the boats and stuff like that, which you can get on for a very reasonable price. So check me out next. All right.